Hello and welcome to the Eastern Idaho Planning Briefing for Wednesday, May 6th. Here's our summary of what you'll see in this presentation. We are looking for very windy conditions to high wind conditions for this afternoon and evening, and that will also perpetrate areas of blowing dust. And there is currently a high wind warning in effect, along with a number of wind advisories, basically all valley locations with the exception of any place right near the Wyoming border. The northeast corner of our forecast area, basically Fremont County, will continue to be affected by low pressure moving through Montana with showers on Thursday and Friday afternoons. The cold air mass behind the front that's causing these winds today means potential frost and freeze for the Magic Valley and Snake River Plain and other low valley locations, both Thursday night and Friday night. So let's take a look at, here's the front that's going to be causing everything by this afternoon. As you can see in this time-lapse satellite photo, it's right in here. And that will be pushing through. And when it does, we're looking at winds close to 40 miles an hour with gusts in excess of 50 for some locations for a few hours during the afternoon in the Snake River Plain. So here's the impact overview. So this is probably the worst day of the next 5. And again, it mostly affects the Snake River Plain and the eastern Magic Valley. Not only the high winds, but of course, the winds love to kick up the dust this time of year. So you could see visibility, especially if you're driving on the freeway, reduce very suddenly to near zero conditions. And that expect that there will be highway closures on Interstate 86. U.S. Route 20 and Interstate 15. Elsewhere, these are mostly valley locations where there'll be high wind, with the exception of these South Hills, the Oakley, Rockland valleys, Raft River Valley. They will also see high wind, just probably not as much blowing dust. But even the Southeast Highlands, the Lost River Valley locations, Wood River Valley locations, Sawtooth Valley locations, and even Lemhi County will see very windy conditions, and that would be winds in excess of 30 miles an hour sustained with gusts in excess of 45. So this will probably not be as serious blowing dust, but there still will be some blowing dust. Be very hard to control any sort of high profile vehicle if the winds are perpendicular to the freeway orientation. There's also a chance of thunderstorms, mostly in the north end of the eastern highlands and northern end of the Wood River Valley, the Sawtooths, and in Lemhi County. In the afternoon or evening, the area is unstable enough where it could generate some of that. By Thursday, that front will be passed. We're not looking for a repeat, just morning frost and freeze conditions, and then that slight chance of rain and snow in the eastern highlands, basically the Fremont County location, only really not going into Clark or down into Teton too much. And then again, these cold temperatures. So let's see some of that. This is how the wind speed will be this morning. It's all sort of breezy west of Twin Falls down in here. Blue is breezy. But as you can see, as we get in excess of 30 to 35, that would be considered very windy. And then in excess of 40, when it starts getting red, that would be high wind, damaging wind conditions. So you can see here in Lemhi County, they're expecting it, and also throughout the Snake River Plain and into the southern, the highlands south of the Snake River. And then this evening, it will start to wind down, but still above 30 miles an hour. And then after midnight, finally, we're back to breezy conditions, but it's not calm, that's for sure. Not the normal light winds you would expect for the late night hours. Here's the high temperatures for today, if you're interested. We will be on a sort of a cooling down trend, and then it will break and be warmer for the weekend. But you see, we are getting a little bit cooler compared to yesterday. And then the low temperatures for Thursday morning here. See widespread areas in the blue shades as opposed to the green shades, means it's getting to freeze conditions, and then frost would be this pale green And you can see more of that on Friday morning as well for a lot of areas. That kind of spreads, although not as much freezy conditions. A lot of it staying right near freezing to very slightly above. So once again, there is a high wind warning in effect for portions of our area and widespread areas of wind advisory. The only difference between the two is the magnitude of the wind, but it's going to be very windy to damaging wind. Look for just some showers in the northeast corner of our forecast area Thursday and Friday afternoons, but also look for cold temperatures for the Magic Valley Snake River Plain for Thursday night and Friday night. That's all I have. If you have any further questions, you can always contact us at this telephone number or check out the weather yourself at weather.gov/Pocatello. Thanks for watching.